So those days where I'm thinking a lot and I'm very stressed, and I'm not, like dieting or anything, I just go out there and I'm dead. And I'm sure that many people listening to this feel the same way. Like, what the hell is going on today? I don't have energy at all today. So and you will see that your heart rate doesn't get up those days. And you can get to that by just training 5 hours a week or 7 hours a week. And sometimes people say, like, look, I cannot be overtrained because I only train 5 hours a week. Yeah, but you're overworked.
Yeah.
And that's a big artifact with your training. That's what most of us aspire to pre-retire before 60, so we can have more time to exercise, right? And less time to work. But yeah, that's what I do. I take a day off completely. I sleep more. I increase my carbohydrate intake, and the following day I can even break my PR on a climb or something. I feel like $1 million. So resting, recovery is key for that.
Yeah, I think this is a very important point, and it's actually something I've only been able to pay attention to in the last year, which is I used to judge my performance by training load. So, again, I used to use Training Peaks when I was training. I don't anymore. But the concepts of acute and chronic training balance, and it was, any day that was suboptimal could be explained by training volume in some capacity. But now, my training volume is relatively low. It's 10 hours a week of total training. That's both, cardio and strength. So this is not a lot of training. And yet when I'm under stress, work-wise, I'm just doing too much. I don't even use the word stress. It has a real negative connotation to it.
Exactly.
I just mean when I'm overworked, when I'm doing too much, my performance, I have to either adjust my parameters for what I deem successful, or I just have to sort of cut back on the actual training a little bit to make time for more sleep or more relaxation. So I think that's a very important point that is easily lost. This podcast is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute the practice of medicine, nursing, or other professional healthcare services, including the giving of medical advice. No doctor-patient relationship is formed. The use of this information and the materials linked to this podcast is at the user's own risk. The content on this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Users should not disregard or delay in obtaining medical advice from any medical condition they have, and they should seek the assistance of their healthcare professionals for any such conditions. Finally, I take conflicts of interest very seriously. For all of my disclosures and the companies I invest in or advise, please visit peterattiamd.com/about, where I keep an up-to-date and active list of such companies.